Howdy folks, it's me, Manic Mark, come to you from over here today. Normally I come from over there, but today I'm over here because I left the guitar sitting down here. And it's the only safe place for it. It's on the Manic Mark throne. Today we're here with reflecting on reflections. It's early, it's only 7 o'clock in the morning, and here I am. But first, I wanted to share this bizarre mailer I got. Advertising vehicle for a dealership, car dealership. They spent a lot of money on this. Not only is this an oversized postcard, but there's some gizmo attached to it. It's like it's like a takeoff of the old, the scratch off thing. You would scratch it off to see if you won something. It's exactly the same thing, but it's some kind of electronic thing. I think it's an electronic thing, and just for the fun of it, I'm thinking about pulling it off to see if I've won anything. But I would never go. Even if I won $1 million, I would never go claim it because there would always be a catch. Like you'd have to buy a car that was, priced at $1.5 million or something. They would get you some way. But I'm also, being as paranoid as I am, I'm afraid if I pull that out, there's going to be now there can't be a transmitter in here. There could be a passive RFDI chip, was it radio frequency homolator thing? I don't know. I just don't want the people from, and they may not even know it, but the government may have made these things hoping that car dealerships and other, perfectly legitimate private enterprises would use it so that the government could then, it's probably recording everything I'm saying right now, and they've got like a Google vehicle, only it's black. And not shiny black, but like it's got that radar absorbent paint on it, vehicle driving around with the antenna sticking up. Copying down all the stuff that you said negative about the government. I had to beep that out because I don't cuss in my videos anymore. But then I'm going to pull it out anyway. I'm just going to risk it. This could be the mark of the beast. But here we go. I'm gonna hold it up to the camera, and I'm going to pull. Oh, did you see that?
Oh, that's weird. That's definitely weird. What's the number?
Unbelievable. It matches. It matches, and what do I win? So what they're doing is they're giving away freshwater pearl necklaces or a 41-piece tool set. They aren't worth anything to get you to come out to test drive one of their cars. A little LED. I wonder how long that will stay lit. This is not good to keep around, I'm telling you. Okay, let's go to the list. And today's reflecting on reflections, I'll never get that right, are things, I woke up this morning and I thought about this. When I was making coffee this morning, I thought how nice it would be to have cream. And then I remembered when I was a kid that my mother bought real milk. We had a place that sold milk straight from the cow. And if you've never had milk straight from the cow, I'm telling you right now, you have no idea what you're missing. It's just like drinking a milkshake. It's just, real milk is just, it's sweet. And I wanted the cream off the top to put in my coffee. I wanted cream in my coffee, and I had to use skim milk. So this got me to thinking about the things that when you grew up, when you were a kid, that you may not, that you enjoyed, that you had at your disposal, or something you did that you can't do now because maybe you're older. They don't exist. Whatever it is doesn't exist. I'm 55. Things change, not necessarily for the better. Or, I can't, there goes the furnace. It's raining like hell, and I gotta yell over the furnace. I hate it when it comes on. What's that hanging down there? Is that a piece of hose? Why is that piece of hose up there? Oh, that's I got shit stuck everywhere up in the rafters. That's a piece of hose from a dehumidifier drain pan. Fell down. So number 10 is real milk. I love real milk. And stores sometimes carry it as like $5 for a gallon. It's very expensive, but it's worth it if you can find it. I can't find it. I haven't had a source for it anymore. It's a rarity. Number 9, burning trash. Yes. Everybody burned their trash growing up, and it was my job. It was one of the few chores my mother gave me that I enjoyed doing. I looked forward to doing it because I liked to go out and I would just burn a little bit at a time, and it was just fun to play with the fire. In fact, I have a vague scar on my hand from reaching down to pick something up and having melted plastic drip on it, burning. And I didn't tell my mom about it, although it was a bad burn, because I wanted to continue to burn the trash because it was so much fun. Number 8, rhubarb pie that my mother made from the little rhubarb patch we had in the backyard. There's nothing better than rhubarb pie. Vanilla ice cream, the two together. It's something I never had again, is rhubarb pie, since I was a kid. 7, flying dreams. That's right. I miss flying dreams. I remember as a kid having at least 3 flying dreams where you're flying over the backyard and flying all over the neighborhood, and they seem to always be in black and white. You really had a sense of flying. I don't know. Number 6, looking for dead people in the graveyard. As you all know, I've mentioned on numerous occasions living across the street from the graveyard, and probably even mentioned one of the things I did was I would go over there, and the few mausoleums that were in the graveyard, they had vents. Why vents? I don't know. Because when dead people decomposed, they vent gas. I don't know why vents. Maybe they were I don't know. But anyway, these little windows, I had no idea they were vents. Little windows. I figured if I could get up and look through the window just right, they'd leave dead people out for you to see. And so I was always trying to, why is it, I couldn't understand why they weren't laying out for everybody to see. Number 5, bologna sandwiches on white bread with yellowed mustard served on a paper plate with a side of carrots and a glass of cold milk. In the summer, I remember that. Coming home for lunch, and my mother would give me that. Wonder Bread. That's before she got into health food. Wonder Bread. And mustard and bologna. And that was good. The health food was much better. I was much better off with the health food, but I remember that. Monkey bars. Remember monkey bars? And I was complaining about that in a video a while back, how apparently playgrounds now are nothing but landscaping timber sunk in the ground, filled with rubber, shredded tires, rubber mulch. And it's all you've got is a pit of rubber mulch, and the kids, they jump around. And the people that own the property worry, sit in their offices sweating nervously that the kids are going to bang into one another and their parents are going to sue them, saying that the rubber mulch was too bouncy and it caused my children to get hurt. There's nothing in playgrounds anymore that kids can get hurt with. I don't think there's slides or swings or any kind of apparatuses that kids can possibly hurt themselves on. It's just really sad, and I mean that sincerely. The state this country's in, when it comes to liability and suing. Speaking of suing and liability, number 3 on my list are toys that fired projectiles. Not little spongy things or marshmallows that you could probably still find today, even though the people that are making them, like, they make a bunch of them and sell them, and then they make the company go away and they go on to something else because they're afraid they're going to get sued too. But no, I had a bazooka when I was a kid, and I can remember figuring out how it worked. It had a wooden dowel in it with a spring on the inside, and you would pull the handle back, cock, and turn it, cock it, and then you'd put a big plastic bazooka shell in it, and you press and it would push the thing up, and the bazooka shell would fly out and hit your brother in the eye. Ah! And he would scream, and you would have a good time. Almost everybody had a good time. Number 2, Jack Kirby, the King Kirby. You all know who he is now because Marvel and Disney bought Marvel, and they're making all these really super duper great special effects movies based on his characters. These are brilliant, prolific. The king, he's referred to, of comics. I don't know about new comics, but I think they're it's too serious and too dark. Everything. But maybe I'm wrong. I haven't bought a comic since, I think the last one I bought on a newsstand was when I turned 18, and I bought 2-3 comics along with a penthouse. And the middle-aged woman behind the counter looked at me with a smirk on her face. She didn't card me. I was probably 17. I don't know. That's an embarrassing story to tell on yourself. Anyway, and number 1, and not necessarily in order, none of these are in order, but number 1 is in our small town. There was a theater. The theater's name was the Vernon Theater. It was on the square downtown, which was actually a circle, and it was in the corner. And it had, you went in and the vaulted ceiling had moons and stars and Saturn and painted on it, and the frickin' bank bought the property and tore the damn thing down to make an effing parking lot. I'm always going on about that. People that know me are like, don't tell the damn Vernon story again. The Vernon Theater story. How it's torn down by the frickin' bank to make a parking lot. Don't tell that again. Anyway, 35 cents, Wednesday afternoon matinees. There was a coupon in the paper. All of us kids, I can't say that because I think it was just me. Maybe I took my brother. I don't remember. Would wait. Wednesday afternoons was the best thing. Each week throughout the summer, the theater would have the matinee, and it would be like a horror movie or science fiction movie. Sometimes like something like Mad World. But you would go down there, and the kid and all the mothers would get rid of their kids and during the afternoon. The place was packed with kids to the rafters, screaming kids through the whole movie. But as a kid, you didn't notice other kids screaming because I guess you were screaming too. I don't know. But watching the science fiction movies and everything in there for 35 cents, it was just a great memory. I remember the only movie actually I remember is a movie about. There was the sun, there was the planet Earth, and right opposite on the other side of the sun, there was another planet Earth, exactly opposite of the planet Earth. And the spaceship went there, but there was some weird shit because it was not exactly, something was wrong, and I can't remember what was wrong. And I don't even remember the name of the movie. Does anybody remember that? I'm not going to go research it. I'm going to leave that up to somebody else to do for me because I've got to go take a nap now because it's still early. Okay, oh, I was going to play a tune, play the tiki drummer. It's over there. Normally it's over there. The song, I can't because the woman, I think she's still alive. Why can't all the artists I blog be dead so I can comfortably blog their works? I don't know. Not that I would wish them to be dead, but if they were dead, it would be a lot easier for me.
Strange dear, but true dear, when I'm close to you dear, the stars fill the sky, so in love with you am I, and even without you my arms fold about you. You know, darling, why so in love with you am I, in love with mysterious. The night when you first were there, in love with my joy delirious, when I knew that you could care. So taunt me and hurt me, deceive me, desert me. I'm yours.